Speech Nation with me, Andrew Doyle. Natalie Bird recently won a noteworthy legal victory over the Liberal Democrats, who have admitted discriminating against her because she wore a T-shirt reading "Woman, Adult, Human, Female." Natalie was hoping to stand as an MP, but says she was instead suspended from the party because she fought for women's rights. After a 3.5-year battle, the Lib Dems admitted Natalie's claims just before the trial was due to start next month. So I'm delighted to say that Natalie joins me now with her solicitor, Elliot Hammer. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Natalie, I want to start with you, obviously. So a lot of people watching this sort of won't believe this, that, you know, you wore a T-shirt with the dictionary definition of a woman and you ended up getting harassed by members of the Liberal Democrat Party. Yeah,
I mean, I wore the T-shirt to an internal party meeting. It said woman, adult, human, female. Yeah.
Not a controversial statement.
Nothing controversial about that at all. Everything 90%, you know, of the population agrees with.
Yes.
Nobody's got any qualms about it. When I was at the meeting, I'm trying to, you know, get my lunch, pick up my coffee and my sandwich. I get this woman, who I later find out is chair of the candidates committee, storms over to me and says, "Why are you wearing that T-shirt?" My response was, because we can't have any sensible debates about this issue within the party at all, and there needs to be sensible debates happening. Yeah, that was back in 2018.
So this has been going on for a fair few years.
Yeah, so this has been going on forever.
And then you ended up in a position where you were being harassed by activists, effectively, who are Liberal Democrat members. What sort of things were going on?
Well, I mean, I wore this T-shirt. This woman comes storming over to me. "Why are you wearing this T-shirt?" I said, "We need to have sensible conversations." Yeah. She then said to me, "Are you an approved candidate?" I said, "Yes, I am." She says, "We'll see about that then, won't we?"
Wow.
The rest of the meeting carried on, yeah. Meanwhile, they're all on a Facebook forum, yeah, saying, "Oh, by the way, there's a well-known TERF going around in this meeting wearing this T-shirt," and then they all coordinated complaints against me, yeah. So then on the Monday, following this meeting on the Saturday, I get a letter saying there has been numerous complaints about you wearing an offensive item of clothing and you were now suspended from the party. Now, I said immediately, I want to appeal this. And I got told, no, you can't appeal this.
Because it sounds like an old-school witch hunt. I mean, this is the way
well, it is an old-school witch hunt.
They've used the word TERF, which, as we know, stands for Trans-Exclusionary Radical Feminist. TERF has now become the equivalent of witch as a way to brand people. But everyone coordinating in that way to get you thrown out, it's very cruel.
Yeah.
It's not very democratic, actually, for Liberal Democrats.
And like you say, it is a witch hunt, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
By any other name.
And this is a while ago. So, Elliot, you've been representing Natalie in this case.
That's right, for about 4 years.
And it's been a long, long time. This takes quite a bit of grit to go through something like this. Most people would have ditched it, right?
Natalie, determination, spine of steel, amazing client to work for.
OK, well, yeah, I mean, I have to say that this must have been quite an ordeal for you. I mean, how have you found it on a personal level?
Well, I mean, to bring a court case is hard going, yeah. I mean, it's a stressful situation, and this has been going on for such a long time.
Yes, but they've now admitted that they did, in fact, discriminate.
Well, unusually, they put in a judgment against themselves, which Elliot tells me is highly unusual when it comes to court scenarios.
OK, what have they done there, Elliot? Just quickly.
Well, they applied for a judgment against themselves, as Natalie said, and then when we attended court, they admitted all the claims that Natalie brought against her.
So now it's just a matter of deciding how much it is that you were awarded, is that?
Yeah,
right?
well, we're in court next on the 20th and 21st of August.
Yes.
And that's for the damages hearing. So, yeah, that'll be the amount of the award that I should get. OK, so what has been the response from within the party? I mean, is there any sign of repentance from the party? No, the activists are still in denial, and the groupthink is still strong.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned to me earlier in the green room about an internal statement that's gone out to party members. Can you tell us a bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, following the last court hearing, where basically they admitted in court to everything, all parts of my claim, and they basically said that they'd admitted breach of contract and breaching the Equality Act, the next thing was an internal comms went round to all the party members and activists, and it literally had a tiny sentence at the top.
We actually have the sentence if you want to hear it. This is what they said. They said, on 22nd July, the county court issued an order in a long-standing case that the party decided not to defend as it related to a complaint system that was replaced in September 2019. That's all they've said. And this is in a statement which is ostensibly about your case, but the headline seems to be about protecting trans rights.
I mean, the whole article was about protecting trans rights, apart from that tiny sentence, which in itself is misleading, because the issue wasn't the complaint system. The issue was these individuals that were abusing the complaint system, who don't seem to have had any accountability or any reflection or any punishment at all by the party.
I mean, isn't it suggestive that the fact that they're framing this in terms of trans rights, it's actually got nothing to do with trans rights. It's to do with you defending women's rights.
It's to do with women's rights.
Which is, of course, a belief, and your beliefs are protected under law, under the Equality Act. So I suppose this is a broader problem, isn't it? We know that there have been problems in the Green Party. I've spoken to Shara Ali on this programme about that problem. We know there are problems in the SNP. There are certain parties, and the Lib Dems are one of them. They seem to have this intolerance when it comes to discussion, open debate about this really important matter. I mean, am I reading that right? Well,
I think we've got a broader issue in that our political parties have never been set up for women. I mean, Emmeline Pankhurst had this issue 100 years ago. Yeah. Our political parties just are not set up to support women in the way that they need to and focus on women's issues.
Yes.
So I think, you know, there's a wider issue within the parties that need to be tackled as to why none of our political parties are actually able to focus on this and find real solutions for women.
So is it not particularly dispiriting that the person who spearheaded this was a woman within the party? I mean, this seems like it's a major systemic problem.
Yeah.
You know, is there anything the Lib Dems can do about this, do you think? I mean, do you think now, following your case, they might reflect? I mean, it doesn't look like it so far.
I think they need to take real reflection, real accountability. People need to actually lose their roles over what's actually occurred. Yeah, and I think it's going to take a long time, because the groupthink in at the heart of the party is really strong around this issue, around the trans women and women. So, yeah, I think it's going to take a long time to undo.
OK, well, Natalie Bird, thanks so much for coming and explaining your situation. Really appreciate it.